What are you struggling to achieve in life? Does life seem hard for you to keep hope alive? Have you faced failure and are still afraid of uncertainty ahead? Have you been disappointed and you no longer have faith in life? Are these obstacles on the way that makes going forward a difficulty? Is the situation you're currently in making it difficult for you to keep believing? In all you're facing or currently experiencing, remember that a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. You will definitely make it. Gold is not gotten on the surface until after several heatings to take away the impurities. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. All it takes to make it has been deposited inside of you. You only have to preserve. The life of Joseph in the Bible is one worth learning from. He was the 11th child, lost his mother who died when his brother was born when he was still tender, had to face the other 10 brothers who hated him badly, and several other never going to make it scenarios attached to his life. He was a dreamer. He saw where he was going to. He had a clear picture of where he was going, but that only further aggravated the hate and dislike for him by all around him. Because of his dream, he was sold into slavery, and his brother who sold him reported him dead to their father because they thought that was the end to his dream. In the land of slavery, he never stopped believing. He never wanted to compromise even when he landed him in prison for something others would have quickly accepted and enjoyed. In the prison, he kept his hope alive. He kept worker uniquely, displaying exceptional and godly behavior. He didn't stop helping people because he found himself in prison. He was always worried and concerned when people were downcast and looked dejected. His attitude got him to solve the problem facing 2 of Pharaoh's workers who were there with him in prison. It happened as he told them, and one who was freed forgot about him. He never gave up on his dream and what he saw ahead. It was his determination that made him distinct, offering him a solution that saved the whole country during his period. David was another person in the Bible who rose from the back to become a leader. He was seen by his brothers as being proud. His existence was forgotten when Samuel asked his father Jesse to assemble his sons for them to make a sacrifice to God. He saved the nation of Israel and King Saul, but his life was sought for by the king to be killed. He was born a leader, but those that gathered around him were those who were battered, scattered, feeling hopeless, stranded and dying. But he gathered them together and turned them into great men, and he also became king. From the 2 examples above of Joseph and David, we saw men who believed that they would make it no matter what the present circumstances were looking like. Are you like Joseph? Have you faced rejection, accusation, cast out, and it seems like all hope is lost? Or like David, who despite achieving victory for his family and kingdom, was forgotten and was wanted dead? If these 2 and many others in times of old could still make it through all what they pasted through, yours would not be an exemption. You will also make it no matter what the present situation looks like. One thing that is very clear from both of them was they had a dream. They were men of vision. For you to make it through no matter the circumstances you're in now or what you're facing, you must run with the vision. It is the vision or dream of what you see or where you're going to that can keep you going. It is what keeps you alive. It is what would motivate you not to give up. It is what would keep the momentum. If you lack vision, you might lose track or sight of where you're going. A man with a vision is a man with foresight. The eye of a person allows him to see ahead and know where to head to and what to avoid. But a blind man cannot see. He must be guided. On his own, he would fall into a ditch. So also is a man with a vision. When you know where you're going to, You find endurance to reach there, and to reach your mark if you're blind. That is lacking vision. You're just moving freely. Whatever life gives you, you accept. Then you might have difficulty making it because you never had a target. You were just as free as air and ready to take whatever was offered to you. Joseph saw himself from when he was a child as a king. He saw his family bowing down to him, and that kept him running ahead. David saw himself as a leader, one who would always come to the rescue of his people. He did that rescuing his father's sheep from wolves and lions. He was the one that came forward to face the giant Goliath when he was making fun and mockery of the armies of the Israelites. He had a vision. They kept looking ahead, focused on what lies ahead of them, surmounting every obstacle until they reached their set destination and target. So if you desire to make it through no matter what, you must have a vision you're running with. It's never going to be easy running or making progress ahead if you don't have a goal you want to achieve. What do you want to make it in? You must clearly know what you want to achieve, then set out to achieve it, and you would no matter what. Another thing that was displayed by both men where studying is that they kept their belief in their God and maintained integrity. For you to succeed in life, you must have someone above that you believe in. When you know who you believe in, what he has said, and what he would do for you, to run ahead becomes easier because you know that whatever you're facing, he is with you and seeing all things. That was what Joseph displayed. He kept his faith despite in a foreign land. He didn't forget the God his father was serving. He didn't join the Egyptians in worshipping their own God. He knew that the God of his father, Jacob, Israel, was greater and superior. He kept believing that God was aware that he was sold to slavery for a purpose. He also refused to compromise. Everything in the house of Potiphar was left in his charge. He didn't use that as a means to start making gains for himself or amassing personal wealth from what belonged to his master. He kept his integrity instead. Everything prospered under his care, and that greatly delighted his master Potiphar. His master's wife became a snare to him, kept troubling him to sleep with her. But as a person of integrity, he refused to do something that is not honorable unto God and his master Potiphar. That was what also made him outstanding in prison, and everything that was placed under his custody when he was in prison prospered. There was no reason to worry when it has been placed in the hands of Joseph. David was also a man who kept his belief in the Almighty God. He never stopped believing God even when he was chased around to be killed. He knew he cannot be killed as God was with him. Before he took any step or action, he would always inquire from the Lord the best approach to adopt. As a person of integrity, he didn't steal what belonged to others, even when he could do that. He at several times spared the life of the king who wanted to kill him. He also trained and taught his men to be people that fear God and always maintain their integrity. For you to make it in life or any endeavor, no matter what it takes, you must have a strong belief in God. What has God said about that situation? Hasn't God said in 3 John 2, "Beloved, I pray that in every way you may succeed and prosper and be in good health physically, just as I know your soul prospers spiritually." Has he not promised to bless the work of your hands in Deuteronomy 28:12? The Lord will open for you his good treasure house, the heavens, to give rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. And you will lend to many nations, but you will not borrow. Has God not also promised that he would bless your bread and water and make you fruitful? Exodus 23:25-26. You shall serve only the Lord your God, and he shall bless your bread and water. I will also remove sickness from among you. No one shall suffer miscarriage or be barren in your land. I will fulfill the number of your days. You got to know what God has said concerning and about that situation. You need to get assurance from scriptures what he has said. That is one thing that can keep you focused. To run ahead because you know what he has said in Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth, as now known, will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Everything can fail, but his word cannot fail. Get the word. Know what he has said, and that would help you run better. Remain focused and reach your target no matter what it takes. You must also be a person of integrity. Proverbs 10:9. He who walks in integrity and with moral character walks securely, but he who takes a crooked way will be discovered and punished. Proverbs 11:3. The integrity and moral courage of the upright will guide them, but the crookedness of the treacherous will destroy them. And Psalms 41:11-12. By this I know that you in favor and delight in me, because my enemy does not shout in triumph over me. As for me, you uphold me in my integrity, and you set me in your presence forever. Integrity helps you to last and enjoy the favor of God. It was the integrity that kept Joseph. It was the integrity that made Daniel special and was in the place of honor for a very long time. For you to pull through and make it no matter what, you must hold integrity. You would make it no matter what. Ensure to run with your vision or dream. Keep your belief. Trust in God and His Word and keep working in integrity. You would definitely make it. Here are also some nuggets to keep you focused and running. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. There is no failure except in no longer trying. Never give up, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Things aren't always easy, but you just have to keep going and don't let the small stuff bog you down. Never give up your desire to be what you want to be. Stay focused, persistent, and relentless. Stick around. Don't lose your heart, just keep going and keep at it. I see you reaching your goal. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Congratulations!